All right, so we are going to do a lesson today on area and surface area. So let's first just review what we talked about yesterday. So what we talked about yesterday was called decomposing shapes. And really all that means, guys, is that if we rearrange shapes. So if I'm looking at, let's say, this square right here, and I tell you that this square is 36 square inches, okay? So that is the area of the square. So if I had an inch, there could be 36 inches inside of this. That would take over the area, okay? That would cover it. But if I have another shape, let's say I have these triangles. So if I move this triangle over and it covers it, and I'm going to bring this one over, and I'm going to bring this one over, but I'm going to rotate this one. Let's see if it'll let me rotate it. Yep, I'm going to rotate it and move it over. It covers that exact same area, that exact same space as the red. So that just means that all three of these triangles together would also still be the 36 square inches. It would still be the 36 square inches. Okay, so that's just decomposing it, taking it apart, but it still covers the same space. Okay, so here's another example. So if I have these four triangles here. So on these triangles, I can arrange them looking like this, or I can move them around and they can look like this. But then when I take them apart and I put them on top of each other, they're still the same four triangles. So they would still have the same area as this figure, the same area of this figure. Okay? All right. All right, so let's do some work on here. So let's just remember from probably last year, finding the area. These are just rectangles and squares. So remember the area of a rectangle or square. To find the area of a rectangle or square, the area is simply the length times the width, okay? The length times the width. And it doesn't really matter which one's the length, which one's the width. Okay, so all you need to do is multiply the length times the width. If you need a calculator, feel free to use one. All right, so I've given you the length and the width. What you need to make sure that you remember, though, is if this is 12, then you know that this is 12 as well. Okay, if this is 3, then this is 3. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you look at. So here's the length of 12, the width of 3. So 3 times 12, that would be 36 square inches. Remember, area is always to the second power because we're always looking at two-dimensional. We're looking at length and width, okay? All right, so for this rectangle, it's length times width. So 9 times 8 is simply 72 square feet. 72 square feet, okay? And this one, if you look at it, I only gave you one dimension here, only one. Why is that? Well, because this is a square. So what do you know about squares? Squares are all four sides are the same. So if this is 4, that means this is 4 as well. So 4 by 4 centimeters, 4 times 4 is 16 square centimeters. Okay? All right, let's look at the next ones. All right, so I want you to pause the video and I want you to do these 3 problems by yourself. So pause the video and make sure you do them. Do not come back until you have your answer. So you need to go ahead and do these on another piece of paper, okay? All right, pause the video and come back only when you have your answers completed. All right, so 5 by 5, that's 25 square inches. 36 by 27, that would be 972 square feet. And 14 by 6 would be 84 meters squared, okay? Always make sure you have those square meters, okay? All right, let's check the next one. All right, so here's kind of a real world example now. If I have a living room and it measures 12 by 17, and I want to put carpet in there. So carpet would cover the whole room. So that's just area, okay? So how much would the carpet cost? Well, first of all, my room is 12 by 17. So I'm just going to draw a picture. My room is 12 by 17. My picture is not really that accurate, but anyway, that's 12 by 17 feet, okay? 12 by 17 feet. So the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out the area. So I need to figure out the area. So that's just 12 times 17. So the area would be 204 square feet. That's the area, but that's not the question. The question says if it costs $3.59 for every square foot, and I'm going to buy 204 square feet, that simply means I'm going to multiply 204 times $3.59. Okay, so multiply. Okay. If you're multiplying by hand, you do not need to put zeros there. So 204 by $3.59. But feel free to use a calculator. Okay, so 359. I'm going to use a calculator. So that would cost me $732.36. That's how much that would cost me. Okay. All right. I want you to pause the video and I want you to try this one. It says the garden measures 5 by 3. If mulch costs $7.59 per square foot, so for every square feet, how much is it going to cost? So mulch is just, if you know, it's that brown, you know, kind of like almost wood chip stuff. Okay. So pause the video and come back when you know how much the mulch would cost me. All right, so that's going to cost me $113.85. That's how much it's going to cost me. Okay. All right, so now let's look at some composite figures. So this is kind of what we were working with yesterday. So let's look at this. So these are composite figures because they're two different shapes here. So I'm going to decompose them. So that means I'm going to break them apart. So I see two different shapes here. I either see this rectangle, so I can look at this rectangle from here to here and this one from here to here, or I can simply do it the other way. I can do it from here to here. It doesn't matter which way you break it apart. You're going to come up with the same answer no matter what. So I'm going to break it apart this way. Okay, so if I break it apart this way, I want to know how much this is. So this is a 5 by 3 rectangle. So that's just 15 square centimeters. Okay, and then this one here, this is 2 by 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. So to figure out the area of everything, then I would need to add it together. I would need to add it. Okay, so that's just 27 square centimeters. Okay. All right, let's look at this one over here. I'm going to do it this way. How about I do it this way? You can do it either way you want, but I'm going to do it this way. Okay. So if I look at it here, I see that this is 12 by 3. So that's easy to do. 12 by 3. So that's 36. Because 12 times 3 is 36. And then I need to do this one. So this is 4 by, have a problem here because this 10 represents the whole length here, but I don't want the whole length. I just want from here to here. I just want from here to here. So in order to know what just from here to here is, I kind of need to know what this one is. I need to know what this one is here. So in order to figure out this one, I'm simply going to look down here. That's 3. Okay. So if this is 3, and this whole long line here is 10. I just told you the answer. So what would this one have to be? It would have to be 10 minus the 3, so this would have to be 7. Okay, so that means this rectangle is 7 by 4, so that's 28. Okay, so then 28 plus 36, 28 and 36, 14, so that is 64 square meters. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right, so why don't you pause the video? No, let's look real quick. So let's look and see if we know all the links that we need. Let's see. All right, so let's see. I'll do one more with you. So if let's say I'm going to break it apart this way. Okay, so if I break it apart this way, you always almost have to kind of trace what you have. Here's my length, which is totally given to me, so that's 5. Here is my width, which was given, that's 7. So that's easy, that's not bad, that's 35. So now I have to look at this one, okay? So I've been given this one, so that's easy, it's 13, it says 13 right here. But I need to know this part right here, which is not given. This whole line here was given as 9, but I don't want the whole line. I just want this piece, okay? So in order to figure out this piece, I need to know what this piece is first. So in order to figure out this piece, I'm simply going to look right over here. If this is 5, that means this has to be 5 as well, okay? So 5 plus what would give me the 9 here? That would have to be then 4, because the 4 plus 5 is 9. So now I know that this is 4 and this is 13. So 13 times 4, 12 camera 1 is 52. It's 52. Okay, so figure out the area of the whole thing. I need to just add them together. So 52 plus 35, that's the area of both of the rectangles. So that's 87 centimeters square. All right. Okay, I want you to pause the video and I want you to work on this one. Okay, pause the video, come back only when you have your answer. All right, let's see if you got the right answer. All right, if this were me, I would probably have cut it this way. Okay, so it gave me right away, this gave me 9 by 2. So that's 18, that's pretty easy. This one here gave me 5. Oh, this one's easy. 5 and 4 gave me 20. So that one was easy actually, 38 centimeters square, okay? However, if you did it the other way, let's see if it was harder the other way. Let's see. Sometimes the way that you cut it might make it a little bit harder. So let's see if I were to cut it this way. Let's see. If I were to cut it this way, would it have been any harder? So this one would have told me this is 4 by 2. So that's 8. That one wasn't hard, but let's look at this one. So this told me 5, but it did not tell me this part yet. So I have to look over here. So far from here to here was 4. And now from here to here, looking over here, was 2. So that means that whole piece is 6. So 5 by 6, that's 30. I still get the same 38. Okay? All right, so you've got some problems to work on for yourself. They are on Class Kick, so I will be looking for those answers and you can work on those right now. Okay, have a great day. If you have any questions, make sure and let me know.